Welcome to Mukesh Manoharan's studio. I'm thrilled to have you here today for a super high-energy explainer. Look, if you're ready to completely transform your daily workflow and absolutely master the advanced Excel formula toolkit, well, you've landed in the exact right spot. We're going to unlock some seriously powerful tools today, so let's dive right in.
But first, I've got to ask you something. Are you still wasting hours wrestling with VLOOKUP? You know exactly what I'm talking about, right? The manual data entry, the spreadsheets that just completely break the second you insert a new column, and just the sheer frustration of those repetitive tasks? Well, today we are putting a permanent end to that frustration.
And hey, before we unlock these Excel secrets, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon right now so you get all our updates instantly. It keeps you connected to all our visual explainers, and honestly, it's a huge support for the channel. We've got so much great content, and I really don't want you to miss a thing.
Okay, so here's our roadmap to Excel mastery for today. We're going to level up your lookups, move into smart conditional calculations, tackle dynamic arrays and logic, handle data extraction and cleanup, and then finally we'll hit those pro combos and tips.
All right, kicking things off with Section 1, level up your lookups. It is time to graduate from VLOOKUP and leave those outdated limitations in the dust.
Let's just put these two head-to-head. On the old side, we have VLOOKUP. It only looks right, and if you change your columns, the whole thing shatters. Now on the new side, we've got index and match. This combo looks left, it processes way faster, and it's completely dynamic. It's not just a minor update, it's a massive, necessary upgrade for your sheets.
Let's actually break down the syntax here. Basically, you use index to set your return range, and then match to go find your lookup value. So, for example, index column B and match the name John in column A. Excel just searches down column A, finds John, and instantly pulls his corresponding data from column B. It is an absolute game changer for navigating massive data sets without getting those annoying errors.
But wait, because it actually gets even better. Enter XLOOKUP. This is literally the modern replacement for all those previous lookups. If you're on a modern version of Excel, like 365, this is going to solve all your headaches. No more counting column index numbers, it handles errors completely natively, and get this, it can even search your data from the bottom up. Just look at how incredibly clean this formula is. Equals XLOOKUP, John, search in column A, return from column B. And that's the whole shebang. No complex counting, no broken formulas when your data shifts around. It is just a beautifully simple, incredibly powerful tool that you absolutely need to start using like today.
Moving on to Level 2, Smart Conditional Calculations. Let's talk about calculating with total precision. Say hello to SUMIFS and COUNTIFS. These are basically the perfect tools for multi-condition summing and counting. So instead of manually filtering your data and trying to add things up yourself, you can instantly summarize everything based on complex intersecting rules. For any kind of targeted financial or data analysis, these are an absolute must-have.
To put that into a real-world perspective, with SUMIFS, you can literally tell Excel, hey, sum the values in column B, but only if column A says sales and column C is greater than 1,000. Just like that, your high-value departmental sales targets are summed up. COUNTIFS does the exact same thing, but it counts the instances instead of adding their values. Talk about completely automating your reporting workflow.
All right, Level 3, Dynamic Arrays and Logic. This is where we sit back and let Excel do all the heavy lifting for us.
Look, I know in the past, array formulas were super intimidating. They needed those special keystrokes that were just so easy to mess up. But I'm here to tell you, you don't have to worry about that anymore. Modern Excel handles arrays completely automatically now. You literally just type your formula, and it seamlessly spills the results right down the column. You can permanently say goodbye to those complex manual workarounds.
Now let's pair that raw power with logical decisions. When you combine an IF statement with an AND or an OR, you can categorize huge chunks of data in a blink. Check out this example. If column A is greater than 50 and column B says pass, then output eligible. Otherwise, output not eligible. Imagine running that kind of logical sorting on thousands of rows of employee or student data. It literally takes less than a second.
Next up is Level 4, Data Extraction and Cleanup. Because let's face it, keeping your data pristine is at least half the battle. Which brings us to a real superstar function, filter. This is a dedicated data extraction tool, and it is a massive time saver.
Instead of manually hiding rows or messing around with visual filters that completely ruin your spreadsheet view, you just type equals filter, highlight your data, and set your condition. It dynamically pulls only those specific rows into a brand new, clean list. It's basically magic.
Need a quick hack right now? Think about how often you deal with a messy list just packed with duplicate entries. Well, you can instantly pull a perfectly clean, unique list by just typing equals unique and selecting your range. Boom, duplicates are gone. It's seriously the ultimate instant gratification for data cleanup.
And if you're dealing with text formatting, TEXTJOIN is an absolute superpower. It smartly combines text from multiple cells into one. And the real genius here is that you can specify an elegant delimiter, say a comma followed by a space, while telling Excel to just ignore any empty cells. Suddenly, taking a scattered list of names and turning it into one perfectly formatted, readable string is completely effortless.
All right, we've made it to level 5, Pro Combos and Tips. This is where we combine everything to reach true boss mode. First up, let's talk about INDIRECT. This is the secret sauce for building those dynamic dashboards. It actually turns a text string into a real cell reference. So if you type INDIRECT A and link it to cell B1, well, if a user types the number 5 into B1, Excel reads your formula as a live reference to cell A5. This is exactly the trick professionals use to build fully interactive dashboards.
Now let's look at some really powerful combinations. Want a dynamic dashboard? Use filter and multiply two conditions together using an asterisk, like region equals India times sales greater than 1,000. Just like that, you've built a complex multi-criteria extraction. Or how about a nested lookup? You can use index and match, but nest a max formula right inside that match. That lets you instantly extract the exact name of the person who hit the absolute highest sales in your entire dataset. How cool is that?
Okay, I highly recommend you take a mental screenshot of this matrix right now, because this is your ultimate cheat sheet. When do you use what? Well, for general lookups, you're going to grab XLOOKUP. Multi-condition sum, go with SUMIFS. Need to filter data or kill duplicates? Filter and unique are your best friends. And for those dynamic dashboards, you're combining index and match, or just leaning on filter. This right here is your fully upgraded toolkit in a nutshell.
To really lock in your new boss mode status, here is some rapid-fire rocket fuel for you. Always prefer XLOOKUP over VLOOKUP. Don't be afraid to stack your formulas, like tossing a sort function around your filter so your extracted data is instantly alphabetized. This is huge. Always use proper Excel tables instead of raw ranges, because it makes your formulas dynamic and pretty much error-proof. And finally, learn those keyboard shortcuts alongside your formulas to take your speed to the next level. So I want to leave you with one final thought. Which of these powerful combinations are you going to use to upgrade to boss mode today? All these tools are right there waiting for you. Thank you so much for hanging out with me here at Mukesh Manoharan Studio. If you found this explainer valuable, please don't forget to subscribe, click that bell icon, and share this with your team. Stay focused, keep leveling up, and I will see you in the next one.